Yeah, that's what I heard. You put on 5 or 10 pounds.
Afternoon, people. Afternoon. I'd like to have your attention just for a few minutes. First and foremost, on behalf of Danny and Becky, I thank everybody for showing up. This is a big crowd for a rainy day. And so it's a rare opportunity to recognize somebody for nearly 4 decades of service to this county. And yeah, Danny, you're old. What makes me feel old is I was there when he started too. And so was Jeff. And a number of other people I can see in the room. Really, it is. It's a true opportunity here. I see members of the Quorum Court. All of our elected officials are in here. And we just thought it only befitting that we give Danny a proper send-off. Not the type of send-off he gives most people. And, you know, everybody's dying to sing. It is. It's a thankfulness task that Danny performs and those that came before him. So, as you saw from his newspaper article, he started in 1986, I think, in the Explorer program. 1983 in the Explorer program, and I think Orman's on his way, matter of fact.
Yeah.
So Orman accepted him into an Explorer program at EMS, and then going on up to a first responder at 84, EMT in 86, and then started a career with the Russellville Police Department. That's where Jeff and I became acquainted with him as our dispatcher. And those are the days, this will date us, when no cell phones, no internet, and when you had something secret squirrel to say, you had to get on a payphone. And the way you did a payphone, because we were cheap, is you pulled up to the payphone and you would give Danny, our dispatcher, the last 4 digits of that number, and he would call you in reverse. So for everybody that's old enough to remember that, that's how privileged information was transferred between dispatch and the guys in the field. And I can fondly remember pulling up to the 500 building where there was a payphone and giving him those last 4 digits. That phone would ring, you'd pick it up, and he'd tell you what was going on. So we go way back, and I know that he and Becky are ready to enjoy some retirement. I understand, I just learned a while ago they're going on a cruise. And more power to you. I don't do seasickness. So, you know, throughout coroner events, we're up to a point in Pope County where we are responding on average to 750 to 800 deaths a year. And it's really, quorum court members, it's really coming to a point that you're almost going to have some additional full-time staff in the near future. It's on the backs of deputy coroners, and where did Matt go?
Right here.
So Matt's a deputy coroner. It's on the back of deputy coroners that they've been able to succeed to this point. But we're just growing, and we're going to continue to grow. So I envision a time in the very near future where the coroner staff will have to be increased, just like we've done the OEM staff, 911 staff. We're an ever-growing population, and so the coroner's office is no different. With that, I have a plaque, and I always wonder why we give plaques at retirement, because you're going home. And so I guess you can go hang them in the garage.
Yeah.
But it's very simple. It says, an esteemed recognition for 39 years of service to the citizens of Pope County. And it says, it has the motto in Latin, and I'll mess this up, so if there's any Latin professors in here, in alirum servitum, which means service above self. Always be followed by those who follow you. So service above self, always be followed by those that follow you. Now I think Danny is the epitome of service above self. And I think when our next coroner fills your shoes, it will be always trying to be that person that contributes to service above self. And Matt, who is the deputy coroner, is the person that has expressed the interest to become the next appointed coroner. And I anticipate that appointment to take place this Thursday. But as we said, Matt's gonna need staff, Matt's gonna need support, and we are in short supply of deputy coroners. And we've got 30 law enforcement officers in here that we can take your, help. Chief, if you wanna be a deputy coroner on the weekends, take call. We would love for that to happen. But from that standpoint, we congratulate you. We wish you well in your retirement, and I'll open it up to others. I think we have another presentation from the State Coroners Association.
Who talked me into becoming the president of the Coroners Association.
And now he's bailing on me.
Well, he can be Danny White Esquire now.
Yes. So I'm gonna bring him down to work on the state level with me, but Danny has, when I became the chief deputy coroner down in Saline County, he had already taken the position here. I don't know many that can serve as a chief deputy for 25 years. He did a phenomenal job. Danny, this is not much. There's no way we can express what you've meant to the state of Arkansas, to the Coroners Association. Your 40 years, I'm a retired 30-year medic. I came up through the ranks with you as well in EMS. You're still a little older than I am. I ain't gonna let you forget that. Okay. In EMS, but Danny, in honor of your 40 years of service, 34 years with the coroner's office, you have served this state with honor and integrity, and it's our pleasure to continue the legacy that you've laid out and to support Pope County and your successors. So congratulations in your retirement, and I'll be looking for you on that boat. I'll steal away with you.
Thank you.
Danny.
So like we said, Danny's given 4 decades to this county, and we are thrilled that he's retiring, and not losing that one, but you should be thrilled that you have the opportunity to go spend some quality time with the family. I know your son's here and brothers, and I'll let you introduce who you want to introduce. At this time, if there's any members that are gathered here about to say a few things publicly, feel free to stand up and speak up. Danny was, I'll be remiss if I didn't say, Danny was on the ground floor when Pope County 911 was inaugurated. May 1st, 1994, I believe, was when 911 went operational. That's when the county, city, everybody merged into one facility and became operational. Guess who was there May 1st, 1994? Danny. So he did a complete career in dispatching, really. At the same time he was doing coroner work, and then he became the full-time coroner. So he's done double duty for many years. So other than that, anybody over here?
I'll say something, Donnie.
Chief, go ahead.
For those of you who don't know me, I worked at the police department here for 32 years, so I've worked with Danny a long time as well. And now that I'm away from it, retired, and I have time to reflect on my career, I'll look back at a lot of things. And, when I was a young officer, I was full of something in vinegar and didn't have a lot of appreciation for a lot of people. And that Danny would probably fit in there too. I knew he was a competent dispatcher, but I didn't appreciate what he was doing for us. And there's others, but Danny was there. He was there. Danny took care of us street officers. He had our backs. He was very competent, very capable, and very dedicated in his job as a dispatcher. Now, as a coroner, I wasn't around him a lot, but as I moved up the ranks or whatever, kind of lost contact with him. As much as police officers like to gripe about dispatchers, you rarely ever heard Danny's name come up in a negative manner from any police officer, because he just was there. He had our backs, he cared about us, and he was like one step ahead of us. I can remember times that he would go ahead and do something before I would ask him to do it, and I would key up, and he'd just like start telling me what I was fixing to ask him. And anyway, Danny, I wish you the best. Thank you for your service. It's appreciated more than you'll ever know. And later on, people tell stories about you, and it won't be the bad, it'll be the good. I mean, 'cause you look back and you go, you know, there were a lot of good times back then that we thought maybe it wasn't, but it was. Anyway, thank you for your service.
Danny, it's all yours.
I don't know what to say other than I got the bug of public service and I went to work for the ambulance service, and Alderman Peters, I don't know if I need to thank him or not, but he encouraged me to go to TMT school. I decided that I would, and I kind of got the dispatch bug because I dispatch ambulances, and rural fire department at the time was being dispatched at the ambulance service also. And so I kind of got the bug, and I've always tried to do my very best to make other people happy. And especially at a time when they're at the lowest and they've had the most problems. And if I'm having to work, somebody's having a bad day. So I try to do my very best, and I couldn't do that without, number one, Jesus Christ helping me in my career, and my family and friends that really supported me. I really appreciate y'all. It's a true testament to have every one of y'all here today. It's really humbling.
Sheriff, anything?
I'm just happy to be able to stand. Because it can be bad the other way. But anyway, Danny, I appreciate you, what you've given to the sheriff's office when I was there, even as back before I was sheriff. You did a great job, and you've always had our back and always supported. I remember you going out on a crime scene with me when you weren't the coroner, and I think I snatched you up and said, you're going to volunteer to follow me around and take notes. So
Yep.
I appreciate all the work that you did.
Thank you.
Hey,
I'm originally from Russellville, but kind of had an outcast. Danny fits the description, and this is kind of coroner related, but I think we have enough humor there. I'll tone it down a little bit. The definition of a friend will be in the fight with you. A definition of a very good friend will be in the jail cell with you afterwards. The definition of Danny, a very, very true friend, is when you knock on his door at 2:30 in the morning and he says, give me 15 minutes, I'll get my jacket and shovel. That's all I can say. Danny, congratulations.
Welcome to retirement, Danny White. It's going to be strange for a little while, but you've earned it. I have known you, we were probably 13 or 14 years old. We were Explorer Scouts together at the ambulance service. If there is a definition of natural born servant of the people, it's Danny White. I have seen you go out of your way to help anybody that needed it at any time for anything. I thank you for our relationship and for the times you've helped me and the experiences we've had together. Just don't tell all those stories. You got to pick and choose your crowd.
I was hoping you wouldn't.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
All those stories.
You forget every bit of it, trust me. I don't know where his reads are. Oh, how are you? but congratulations. How did
Skylar Gordon, I've always